It's another day and another day of daily game design with me, your host, Scott of Cabletop Games. This is an early one. This is a good experiment. So I believe I was in bed around 10 last night and sleeping by 10:30. I was awake by 5 something. Had a nice slow breakfast, and so there's some kind of chaos with my classes. I'm teaching this writing class for Southern. I have 2 sections of it, and it turns out that um, one of the sections, the section that is made up of high school students from Fletcher Academy, they haven't stepped through all like the necessary maybe paperwork or like sign up details, so they don't even have Southern emails, and that means they can't log in, they can't join eClass or anything, like they can't see the content at all. So I just sent their teacher the the videos and the syllabus that were ready for this week. And we still have another day for to get the before due dates really hit. The issue though is that I'm not moving any content into my other course, which is made up of students who have Southern emails and who are signed up. So I'm not really sure what's going on. I'm getting some emails from Boots on the Ground. There's a woman, Mrs. Ordonez, who's fantastic, and she's working on it. But for me, I'm just kind of here, hoping for the best. I'm not even sure I could give announcements. Actually, no, I probably could to my other section. In fact, I should do that. I'm going to do that today. The problem is I don't have any information. I don't have any updates except to say, hang on, everything's going to be fine, but we're figuring stuff out. Anyway, so that's an adventure. I've been doing that for a little bit this morning, trying to sort out what we can do as far as communicating out that we're a little behind. Anyway, today's the first day of classes, so I always, as far as I can remember, I always looked forward to school. I always looked forward to going back to class, and or even before that, letting the anticipation build when we would go shop for school supplies for elementary school, or driving down to Southern. I just loved stepping on a campus and seeing old friends, and it was always a set of adventures. It felt like we were doing something, getting ready to do something interesting, getting ready for some fundamental changes. I'm sorry, I usually don't eat on stream, and I think this is maybe my first time doing it. But I'll try to be discreet. Anyway, I do want to just get to work here on Ravens. I felt pretty good about this progress from yesterday. But what exactly can we consider progress? Well, I think I appreciate the concepts that are going into this layout. The idea is that this would be this would be the only tile visible on the table at first. So none of these would be here. Then a player would explore off of this tile, for example, and then they would flip over this blue tile and connect it. It could be anywhere. That's what I wanted. It could be sending it off anywhere, but making sure it's connected to the space that you occupy, the player occupies. So then they travel here, and oh wow, this is Elijah, but we don't need Elijah yet. We need food. We need stuff. So it's great to find him, but we need to do some more exploring. So you might explore off of this corner right here. So you flip up this tile and you drop this on. Oh, that didn't work. There'd be something like this. Yeah, I think you'd probably be motivated. Oh, wait a minute. There is no way. Oh, interesting. Okay. There is no way to connect it except to connect it like this. Right? And they're all like that. They're all, I wonder if they should be end to end like that, or if they should be. So what's the, actually is this interesting? Maybe not. So if some of these were, like, what if they were all like this instead of what, how they're currently set on, which is at the end of the tile? What happens if it's like this? That's the new question. Okay, so we'll group these. And so I could drop this in like this. But what if I wonder if there's a way that this becomes impossible. No, I think it's always like this. Anyway, it guarantees that there's a place to link up that tile. I think it probably would be fine. No, because it wouldn't work over here, right here. Well, I guess the person, yeah, because you want them to be able to explore off of any of these tiles or any of these spaces. So it'll be important to leave them just like that, kind of sticking off the end. Okay, so anyway, traveling, revealing. Now the players might have the impulse to just explore off of every single one of these. So what would that look like? What's going on? Okay, so they explore off of. Here's a question: can you explore off of the same tile? Oh, I'm having a nomenclature problem. Because what do I mean by explore off the same tile? What I meant is from the same space. Because I have terrain tiles, right? And then we'll have resource tiles. Definitely. Anyway, I was thinking of I'm having an issue like thinking about these towns. So what I thought for towns at first was that you could maybe stack, let's say, 5 tiles. This was the very first thought. You stack 5 tiles onto the center of that town tile. No, I gotta stop this. you'd stack 5 resource tiles onto the center space of the town tile, which is a terrain tile, right? And then when a player lands on the town, they can just look through those 5. But what's in those? What's in the stack? Is it everything? Because, like, what if there's a predator? There probably should be a predator. You know, because actually, I also wouldn't mind, honestly. There doesn't need to be a bag. Well, okay, this is interesting. So let's imagine that there are only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's say there are, because right now there are 6 dots on the plains tiles, right? So how many? Let's say there was a stack of plains resources. Not from a drawback, but just a stack. How many tiles, how many resource tiles would you want in that stack, and what should they be? So I would think let me write this down. So tiles, because I think well, it depends on how we're ending the round. Like, it's one consideration of what ends up in this stack, right? So 825. Resource tile stacks, right? So if I have, let's say I have let's see, plains. Now what's in the plains? We probably need 1 predator. Let's say there's 1 predator in the plains. Predator 1. I don't know what it is yet, but let's just say. Bread. Remember, there are how many tiles? I think we should say, let's say 9 tiles. We'll say the dots plus 3. Okay. So it's possible the predator doesn't show up, right? Out in the wide open, what kind of predator is hunting out there? I guess we could also use some blank tiles. That'd be sad, but why not? Bread, let's see. 4 meat, let's say. So what are we at? 6, 7, 2. 1 predator, 4 bread, 2 meat, 2 blank. That seems okay. Okay, so that's plains. Let's do forest. Let's see how many dots are in forest right now. course, you can imagine my thinking on, like, why are we doing x plus 3? And the reason, I guess, would be because you want some randomness, not only in where things are, but what comes out. Because that uncertainty creates some a little thrill, right? Okay, so forest tiles right now have 1, 2, 3, 7, 11. So there will be more. So there are 11, so we're doing 14, right? So we can just do this. Let's say there are definitely more predators now in the forest. And I think we want to make it so for sure there's at least one. No, there's a high probability of one. And let's have more meat. Like, you're more likely to find meat than bread in the forest. So that's 5. So let's flip them. Let's make this 4 blanks. So that's 5, 9, and then 2 blank. Okay, interesting. And now let's check, why do I keep doing that? Let's check the mountains. Well, here, if I only have 2 mountain tiles, it's actually simpler. So it looks like, oh, both of them have 5? I thought it was going to be 5 or 6. Okay, 5 or 6. Ooh. Okay, 5 or 6. Let's go with 5. So there are 10 of them. So what should this distribution be? Let's see, just do this. Mountains. The 10, so there's 13. And it might be that actually 2, just 2 is fine. There are also lots of predators. Let's say there are 0 blanks. Let's say 5, 9, there are 13. Let's do 4. We're still not in a situation where you need to do anything other than draw tiles from a stack, right? So, wait. 2, 5, 9, 11. What did I do here? So that is 9. We need more stuff. There are more blanks. 8, 10, 13. So we need one more of something. I don't know. It's balanced. There are no blanks, but okay, so that's 10. Let's do 13. 3 and 6. So more predators. more meat. Okay. And then we have the town tiles, right? Towns. How many do we want? So if there are 2 towns, well, I think you huh. Because what if there were like 5 tiles total? Let's just say 7 for now. Let's say 7. And I want this to be basically 7. So it could be, well, I'm thinking that there are a lot of predators. So why didn't I do this? So of this stack, I want this to be mostly predators and bred. Towns are dangerous places, right? So plains, very few predators. Mostly bred. A little meat and some blanks. So I like this. I actually like this possibility. So I think I think Discord is probably not working again. Why? Like, what am I doing? Why is this not loading? Is it I wonder if it's like a cookies problem? I really don't understand. Cookies? Show saved cookies. Adra, nice. Discord, where are you? Okay, so what happens if I just kill these? If I kill these cookies? Everything Discord related. Let's try again. It's weird because it does work in Chrome, so I'm not really sure why it's not loading here in Vivaldi. Vivaldi was meant to be like a low resource browser, and it was at the start. I'm not actually sure what changed. I don't think I added anything to it. There's no like plugins, add-ons, anything like that. So I don't know why it's still kind of resource heavy. But anyway, I'll drop this into Discord later. This is potentially what the resource tiles would be. And so what this is making me think is I think this is a little bit like the bag. I don't know. At first I was thinking I think players will want there to be actual tiles placed on the terrain tiles so that they like pretty much like this. Hang on. So I'm just making a couple of hexes here. So I think what a player would want, it's something like, well, we're exploring, right? And I flip over this tile. I flip over this one. And then what happens next is that, we draw tiles and place them. Maybe they are, let's say they're red. because they're resources. Red for resources. Okay. So they are red. And then anytime you, well, then pretty much you would travel there, and then and then reveal one, like move into the space, flip it over, move into that space. Well, instead, what we can also do is, I think this may have been Zach's idea from the beginning, I'm not too sure, but instead what we can do is just leave these terrain tiles out, have some icon which shows them, you know, drawing a resource tile from the bag, and simply draw it and resolve whatever effect it has. So if it's a predator, something would happen. If it's a food tile, it gets placed under the raven until that raven does something with it. Or if it's a blank tile, it just gets discarded, I guess. So, anyway, I think I'm close to prototyping in TTS. What I want to do then is, so I'm going to get rid of these for now. Okay, so then what I'll do here is, this is actually perfect. I'm going to center everything, then line everything up like that. Even though they're all different orientations, and look, it's not perfect. How did this happen? What is this? What is this green? Used to be 120. Let's go. Okay, which one is this weird? Is it this one? $90, no. Because I don't know of a fast way to rotate stuff. Right. Let's try this again. There's still something sort of wrong here. Like, how do I rotate everything? I guess I can just rotate it like this, right? Let me try that again. 0. Oh yeah, because these are all, I didn't realize these are all slightly off actually. It's a 0. How are you doing, Elijah? You need to be a 0. Interesting. I did not know that it was so, that the rotation was so fine. I mean, when, you know, when I'm rotating and I see the values, it's not, there are no decimals, but here clearly there are some decimals involved. Yeah, this is my first time to see this actually. Whoa. Or my first time to notice, ooh, I've got sweet potatoes in the air fryer right now, and I just smelled them for the first time. Yeah, so I'm going into school today. I forget if I said that, but that's why I think this is my first day streaming and going into school. Uh-oh, what is going on? What? How are these zeros? Interesting. You know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, but it just looks weird. the main thing is that these are all the same size. So I'm going to center them, and I think they're all the same size. Because these are becoming the objects I'm going to drop into TTS. So this is good. Okay, so I'm gonna make one for each of these, and I wonder. I'm gonna make a copy, and I'm gonna call this one old. Because it's always nice to have a little record of how things have gone, but at the same time, you don't want the site to get bogged down with all this extra data. So like, we don't need this. Don't need that. Don't need this. Cool. Okay. Now we'll call this Ravens Tiles. One thing it was really helpful in grad school is how many of these do I? What's a fast way to do this? Interesting. Why are they not all? They're all groups. I wonder why they look different. Anyway, I'll just get rid of this. That set. Okay, and then go to the next one. Get rid of this one. Oh, let's make a copy. I'm going to duplicate a whole bunch. Because we have how many tiles? It is 5, 10. Is that right? 13? 5, 10, 13. Okay. How many pages do I have now? Just need one more. Yeah, see, it's already slowing down with all this extra data. So come in here, delete this guy, and delete these guys. I'll delete these two, and delete this one, at least this set. Like, I don't know of a fast way of doing anything like this, but it's just the, this is the relaxing, the monotonous. Wait, so 6. So blue, okay. Right. This is 7, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is delete 7. All right. So when I export these, export these as PNGs with what is it called, with transparent background, then these will actually show up as objects with like strain these shapes. They're not going to have like the white borders. TTS is smart enough to deal with that, which is great. So delete 8. Delete 9. Yep. It's not too bad. Delete 11. And the last one. And then delete 12. Okay, great. So these are going to be the terrain tiles. And then we can also build the... I wonder if I should add more detail. Detail other than... I think I do need... I'm going to make these white for now. Actually, I just need one here. Center this. Recently used. So I'll drop meat here. Okay. And drop a bread in here. Roughly the same size. Okay. And then some will be blank, and then I need a predator, so I think I might just use the hawk. Like we talked about, well, like with this new map concept, the predators are going to work completely differently. So I think what this predator does, I'm just going to make it, yeah, I don't know. For now, I'm just going to look for a hawk image and kind of leave it at that. I think we'll figure out what the predators do later. I like the look of that guy. This one looks a little more menacing though, with his claws out. I want something simple that can be seen and understood at a glance. So black and white, we don't need black and white. So this one looks pretty good, right? So I think like one option for a predator could be, or maybe they're just hawks. Maybe they're just hawks. It'd be nice if we had a couple different predators. I'm just not sure what they would do. So in the really simple formulation I'm thinking of, oh, some of these are animated. I didn't realize that. Can you hear my air fryer? What if I'm just going to add another one just for fun. What other predators? So I think one was going to be like a bobcat. Why are these cute bobcats? I would like a stalking. Like this one's good if it was color. I'm gonna look for stalking. I don't know. I'll just do this one. He's happy. You shouldn't be happy. He's trying to kill birds. Should be scary. What else? Lynx. Maybe look for lynx. What are there? Oh, maybe like cougar. I guess a cougar would eat. I don't know. This looks better, maybe? Doesn't matter, right? Okay, so we have a hawk, a cougar. Should there be... What are predators of ravens? Okay, so we have large raptors. Yeah, fox. Ooh, foxes. Mammalian predators like coyotes, foxes, lynxes, cougars, martens, and other creatures that like to raid nests. Humans, though less common, are also predator of ravens. So I think, yeah. So I don't think we want the ones that like raid the nest, right? That's not the point. I think is humans. Humans? Should we do humans? Oh, what is going on here? I don't know who thought of this abomination. Let's have humans. These would be humans. These would be ancient. Let's look for ancient humans. This is giving us the evolutionary timeline. Let's do biblical humans. Let me just do Bible characters, maybe. Bible characters. So I think what I can do here is drop in a lady like this. And drop in a man like this. Okay. All right. And then, are there any kids? It's not looking good. But anyway, humans. Sure. What are humans going to do? I don't know. But it seems fine that... Oh, I mean, this is actually kind of cool that there can be a mix of predator types. So I should probably... Anyway, I can define those later. The question is... Oops. The question is, do I have what I need? I'm going to make this red. So, because we can have the backs. Those will be resource tiles. Actually, no. I think I need... Oh, no. I have a feeling this is going to be a little bit tedious, actually. So I think Because now I want a tile for each terrain type. That's the issue I just realized. So if I make one like these would be for color is this. Document colors. Okay, so it'd be like this yellow, and then we need a pink one, and then we need a brown one, and then a green one, right? So the nest, actually the nest doesn't need one. It's the mountains that need one. So there should be 4 colors. Good. And oh, we need a blank. We also need a blank. Okay. I wonder if, hang on, what do I, so I can do a deck. I could create a deck right now. And that's probably the fastest way to do this. So I'm going to try. So, okay, so first off, I'm going to download what I've got. Transparent background. This looks like everything. Let me just double check. You know, we don't have it all at this point. We don't have a token bag for the Ravens. Yeah, let me I think I can add something really quick. So what the question is, what is in the bag of tokens for the Ravens? So we're drawing I'll make this, I guess let's see, I'm currently, yeah, I've got about a little over 10 minutes left on this stream, and I can do it for sure. Okay, so I'll make this white. Okay, then I wonder if I go back into my old Ravens stuff. Let me see. Wow, how far back do I need to go? It's got to be sooner or more recent than this, right? Ravens. Maybe not. Yikes, Ravens cards. It was way back there. Okay, so I need one for movement at least. Let's say this is the movement one. I think it was previously, it will be again. Okay, so here's the movement image. So the idea is that we're drawing tokens out of the bag, and those tokens, there's a push your luck aspect here. So we're thinking it'd be nice if there was simultaneous play. So one player pulls a token, and like if it's a movement token, everybody moves. least that makes sense to me. There are other tokens in here, including wow. I wonder. Oh, let's do sundown. Let's call it sundown. So this will be the end of the round. So I think we're playing. I just realized that these are days, right? What? These don't seem that exciting. Are they all on the water? Almost all of them? That's not what we're looking for. So the idea with these tiles is that, you know, you pull, let's say, 4 of them and the round ends. So you're trying to accomplish the goal of getting X number of resources, you know, meat and bread. You're trying to get that number of items to Elijah. What is this guy doing? How's he related to Sundown? I'm very curious. What? It's all the same guy. Hello, Sundown. Why is it all water? Sundown over mountains. Maybe just try that. That's fine. Let's do this. All right. Okay, so there's that. And then there needs to be... There's got to be one that's just related to busting. So these tokens cause the end of the round. I mean the round like in general, but so in other words, they're the timing on the goal, right? The other by the way, I'm pretty happy with stream quality here. I'm amazed we're doing okay. The other, let's just make it a, let's just make it like an X for now. Who cares? All right. So these are literally in there just to stop, just to create some tension around when, well, I don't know if these apply anymore, but let's try. And then I think I'm going to create a few more without any meaning yet, but I'm going to make sure that they're going to be in there just so we have something to like mess with, because we're going to be wanting, I think we want to upgrade, I think we want to be able to upgrade these oops. I think we want to be able to upgrade the bag, right? So we'll just kind of leave it like that for now. Okay, so do we need anything else? I feel like this was a very productive, a productive morning. And I don't feel super tired. I feel a little bit tired. We'll see how I think I got about 7 hours of sleep. So that's pretty awesome. Hmm. Yeah, this is what we cougars and lynxes might prey on adults. That's it's sad, but sorry, that's nature. That's nature for you. Um. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this in 5 minutes, but I can do a bunch of it in 5 minutes. My dad just sent me Wordle for the day. Okay, now let's do this. These should be pretty high quality images. 2000 pixels seems pretty big. The good thing is, for sure, even though I can at least drop in the terrain tiles and play around with them. You know what I should have done? No, there's no reason to flip these, right? We just put them in a bag and draw them. So we don't know what they are exactly. Okay, I'm gonna open up. Oh, I wonder if that's what was messing with me here. Because it's warm. It's not crazy, but it is warm. Okay, so we've got the tiles, and now I can open TTS. And this is my goal, just to make just to get, it's 2.5 minutes for an hour here. So I'm gonna just open up TTS, drop these tiles in, and see how they look. I playtested last night for the first time with a group, the first time in a while, with our Sunday group, and I think, I don't know if the summer was too random for most people. For some reason, Sundays got busy for me. In the afternoons and evenings, they meet at 5 o'clock my time, which for a long time was like perfect. Like that would have been great, but for whatever reason, that time has become more of an issue for me. Okay, so I don't need any of this anymore. Right? Bye-bye. We can get rid of all these too. I'll keep the bags. I'll keep one of the bags. Don't need you guys. Actually, I can keep 2 of the bags. But reset that. Oh, because we don't need infinity bags either. Get rid of the text. Okay, so objects, components, custom, tiles. Now let's just see. This is all we needed. Ooh, this is really slowing down here. Or it felt like it did for a second. Let's see how it looks. Okay, it's not supposed to look like. Did I download with transparent background or not? I feel like I did. Maybe I picked the wrong one. Token? Token? Is it meant to be token? I don't remember what merge distance means. There's the one. Okay, so it's token. So I'll drop in the rest of these. I think it was 13, wasn't it? I think it was. So 2. I'll just leave everything else the same. Uh-huh. 3. 4. Yeah, this was my job after our last meeting, was to actually try to prototype something based on our new ideas. 4, 5, right? Or the more recent ideas. 5, 6. And it took me a long time to like brainstorm 6, 7, like what this new system might look like. So 7, 8. I feel like just by talking and being slightly tired, I'm gonna miss something. I just have that feeling. 7, 8, 9. I wonder if I made 2 towns. I hope I didn't. 9, 10. $11. 12. And 13. Thankfully, well, I mean, imagine the situation where, oh, I did. Imagine the situation where you have to build like, you have to drop in, I don't know, 100 of these. Thankfully, they have systems where, oh, are the snap points there? They are. Okay, now I'm gonna grow these to be the right size. Very exciting. I didn't make them stackable, so that's one thing going on. Let's see, how do these, where are the snap points? These are way too big, right? Oops. Let's lock you guys real quick. Okay, almost there, really. Like, oh, okay, so that's fine. Just as long as it's like 15, yeah, this is 15 degrees. That's actually good. Oops. So now these are more appropriately like spaced and stuff. And then I'm gonna make these should be oriented, like rotating snap points. Oh, interesting. No, maybe not. No, these should just be regular snap points. I guess they were good anyway. They're good as they are. As long as I don't, let me see what happens if I do this. Yeah, that looks good. Maybe one more. Nice. Yeah, that's great. Right? And they just drop right in here. They might be slightly overlapping, but that's not like a big problem. So these can go in a bag. Let's get a bag. Okay, a nice terrain tile bag. We'll lock that guy. And this is the only one that needs to be out here. They all get stacked away. And this one just comes and sits here in the middle somewhere. And we'll save this. Save it as Ravens 5. Okay. So now, when somebody explores, oh, you know what? This doesn't, those snap points actually don't work. They don't work because they're not going to be all regularly situated as things were before. So I'm just going to remove all these. I'll just start with that one. You know what? I don't even need any snap points. I'm just going to lock that one in place. That's funny. So I'm going to lock it and then drop this back in. Now, overwrite. Okay, and then these bags, these should not be infinite either, so I'm just going to get rid of them. Why didn't I do this before? I'll have stacks of tiles. Anyway, it's 7:20. I need to leave for school by like 7:50 or so. So I'm going to transition away, do a few more things related to school or related to class. And anyway, thanks for joining me on this very productive day. Hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you soon.